What is the one habit that will make you a confident man? Listen to the answer. What is the one habit that will make you a confident man? When I was in high school, there was a girl that was beautiful, maybe the most beautiful girl in my class. She was very kind, she was cool. We were friends, but not like super close. Well, one day we had a big test coming up, and she suggested we study together on a Saturday. She lived relatively close to me, but the main reason I said yes, it was because I was so excited she picked me. That Saturday, I picked the best casual outfit I had. I put on some cologne, I shined my shoes, I wanted to look my best. I started walking to her place, but halfway there, I froze. My mind spiraled. What if she forgot? What if I don't look good enough? What am I going to say? I started sweating and panicking. I just reached halfway and I couldn't continue. I did not have the confidence enough to go to her house. And in years to come, that same lack of confidence kept me from talking to girls I like, from going for good jobs, even from starting my own business. And I'm sure in the past you have, or maybe you are currently facing the same problem, lack of confidence. And let me tell you, it sucks. Lack of confidence limits your potential as a man. So I want to share the one habit that has helped me overcome it. Let me tell you, if you can master it, you'll see a huge impact, at least in these three areas of your life. Number one, you'll see an impact in your social life. Confidence will give you a better presence when talking to girls or friends. Number two, you'll see an impact in your professional life with your coworkers, employers, or employees. Number three, you'll see an impact in your business life. Gaining confidence will help you close more deals, make better decisions, get more customers. It will impact your relationship with your business partner in the case you have one. But before I share with you this habit, let me explain this. There is a subtle difference between being a confident man and being an arrogant man. Please be careful not to get these two mixed up. Confidence will attract people to you. Arrogance will push people away from you. So there is a fine line between these two. Confidence will build you up. You will project it outward, and people will usually respond in a positive way. With arrogance, people will respond in a negative way. So, the habit that will make you a confident man has to do with your mindset. And this is what I do. When I'm facing something new or challenging, I switch my mindset to learning mode instead of succeeding mode. In other words, whatever the challenge is, I try it. I fail, but I collect data. With the information I got, I make changes and I try again. Probably I will fail again. I learn from that failure as well. With the new information, I make new changes and I try again until I succeed in whatever venture I'm in. For every iteration completed, I gain a little more confidence. But the secret lies in that when I'm facing something new, instead of worrying if I'm going to do it right the first time or if I'm going to succeed, I set my mind on collecting data to try it a second time. Basically, I reduce my expectations of success and I switched my mind to learning mode. That is the habit. That way, if I don't succeed the first time in whatever I'm trying, it's not a big deal because I wasn't expecting it in the first place. I was expecting to learn. My goal was collecting data for the second or the third try. And if I succeed in the very first try, I just see it as a bonus. But even then, my mind is focused on collecting data. What did I learn from this? What did I do to succeed? Why did I fail? What should I repeat next time? Or what should I avoid? So to earn confidence, switch your mindset to learning mode. Try, learn, and adjust. I learned this from different people, but especially from a friend that is rich. He's worth around $350 million. On one occasion, he was telling me his story of how he became successful. He told me that many years ago, he had a business partner. They had a small business. It was just the two of them. They didn't have any employees. The business was about selling houses that banks recuperated from people that couldn't pay for them anymore. The banks didn't have the manpower to fix the houses, neither the time to find the buyers. So my friend and his partner fixed the houses and then sold them and got a percentage of the deal. The downside was they worked for small banks, so they didn't have a lot of inventory. With the money they made, they could barely afford a small office with just a couple of chairs. The office itself needed renovation, but they couldn't afford it. One day, they received a call from another bank who found them online. They asked them what were they doing with the houses. Well, it turns out it was a regional manager of a very large bank. The manager told my friend, "I'm going to get on a plane, go to your office, and have a face-to-face meeting with you. We want to see if you can help us with the houses as well." So my friend didn't want the manager to come and visit them in person. Because if the manager saw the tiny office and that it was just the two of them, they wouldn't be able to make any deal. They wouldn't inspire any trust in the manager. So my friend insisted that they would go to their headquarters instead and visit them in person. He told me at that point, my business partner and I went to buy new ties, new shirts, new suits. When we got there, we gave the impression as if we were a large company. We talked to them with confidence. We took control of the meeting by explaining what we did for the other banks. We told stories of some houses we fixed and sold. And we also presented a plan to do the same for them, but at scale. We projected confidence, and they trusted us with a huge deal. That's when I learned about the power of confidence. But I started asking, how did you build that confidence? Well, it turns out that it was from all the small, tiny deals they did in the past with the small banks. It was also the result of all the mistakes they learned from previous deals. They learned, and the next time they tried, they had more knowledge and more confidence. All those small deals, all those mistakes, and all the little successes they had gave them stories to tell and data to share about things that could happen during the process. And they used that to project confidence. So in my case, I started doing that. See everything new I was venturing in as an opportunity to learn for future tries. The first time I picked up the phone to make a cold call to sell something, I was very nervous. And I was rejected. I felt so bad, I wanted to quit. But when I made this change in my mindset and switched to learning mode, I started to sound more confident, and I saw good results. I remember when I closed my first deal over the phone. I sold a $8,000 website project to a doctor. That boosted my confidence, Then I closed another $2,000 deal over the phone. And then I closed a $36,000 deal. And I was on a roll, closing more and more deals, because at that point, I already gained confidence. And you know what? The same applies to other areas of life. When I spoke in public for the very first time, some people told me that while I was speaking, my lower lip was shaking. Of course, I was nervous, but I kept practicing until I gained confidence. And people started to give me compliments after my speeches. So, if you don't have the confidence to talk to women, change your mindset to learning mode. I'm going to try talking to this specific girl. If she rejects me, I'm going to ask myself, why? What happened? What did I do wrong? I'm going to collect that data, make some changes, and I will try again with the same girl or with another one until I sound confident. Remember, confidence can be developed. You can build it. So don't quit. Just change your mindset. The same applies for businesses, a job interview, a sales call, a presentation, an investment, you name it. Now, I have some questions for you. Do you currently like a girl but don't have the confidence to talk to her? Man, just change your mindset and do it. Have you been invited to do a presentation but you're a little nervous? You don't have the confidence? Go ahead and say yes and learn from it for future presentations. If you are worried or nervous about the sales call, just have the call and learn from it for future calls. Let me tell you this. When you become a confident man, you project it. People will respond to it. And it's in that stage of life where you will reap the fruits of your past tries. At that point, you are ready to go. Your impact will skyrocket exponentially. And that's what I want for you. Please subscribe to the channel to watch the next video. How to develop the #1 skill that will make you a successful man. And don't forget to give us a like. Thank you.